have not written any notes or anything about this video, so if it's a little scattered, blame... Well, I guess that would still be blaming me. Anyway, a lot of people are talking about their goals for 2021 and reading. It's the end of the year. It's fun to set goals. I don't set like numerical goals. And really, I just wanted to kind of make a video just for my own reference and to let you guys know what I'm thinking going into this next year. There's nothing like really super clear cut out about this, like number of pages or like I said, number of books or even like committing to certain things or not. This is just like what I want to do in 2021. So let's first talk about series that I'm already in and reading that I plan to continue and hopefully finish all of these in 2021. The Witcher series.
Fuck.
And am excited to continue to read the Witcher series. And in fact, I'm going to try to really focus on those and get those done because I really enjoyed The Last Wish. You can check out my review if you haven't seen it yet. There's both a spoiler-free and a spoiler-filled section. I'm also anticipating not being able to finish the Chronicles of the Black Company, which is the first 3 books, the first sort of series within the Black Company in December. I initially planned to do all of it in that month, but I've been distracted by some other books that I've been reading. But I want to continue to read these and finish this first saga. They're not my favorite in the world. I'll have a review obviously coming up when I get there, but I enjoy them. And actually, the more I read, the more I'm liking it. So it's possible even by the time that this video drops that I am in love with this series. I could see that happening as well. Or maybe I stay sort of on the fence. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm definitely going to continue to read these and finish them in 2021. I am also still in the middle, beginning middle of the Expanse series. I've really been enjoying this great space opera, much more than I thought I would. I thought I might pick up Leviathan Wakes and then just kind of like, oh, that was a fun experience and put it down. But no, I started the next book, which is Kaladin's War, I think, or Caliban's War, and the next one is Abaddon's Gate, I believe. Hard to keep all of them completely awake, but final book in that series is coming out in 2021, at least it is scheduled to currently, and so I'd like to have all of them read so I could read that when it comes out. And I like to have them read sort of, I'll like space them out. I'm not gonna like hardcore get through them immediately because, you know, it's not that kind of series. It's just a kind of a fun popcorn book in a good way. Speaking of good popcorn books that I'm going to kind of slowly continue to make my way through, Dresden Files. Summer Night is the next book up for me, which is the 4th book in the series. I have enjoyed these. I don't love the Dresden Files, as a lot of people do, but like I said, I really enjoy reading them. So this will be a good book in between some of the other big, thicker ones that I'm reading, and then of course I'll continue through the series steadily in 2021. I am also in the middle now of the Anne of Green Gables story, which has 8 books total, and I have my review out, my rave review on Anne of Green Gables up now. You guys know I loved that, and so much I'm going to read as much L.M. Montgomery that I can. Not only just the Anne of Green Gables, I'll probably read The Blue Castle, I think is the name of Blue Island, something like that. I'm also going to read from her, and her writing is so joyful to listen to, and I plan once COVID is done and we're able to travel again to do a lot of road trips to get out since we've been stuck for so long. So I'll probably read a lot of these by listening to audiobooks on road trips, which I'm very excited about, especially because my wife enjoys them as well. But I will definitely be getting through these in the new year as well. Of course, series that I am in that I need to finish. I did not finish Rhythm of War rather famously, so I need to finish that. I lost my most recent game show here this last Monday, and one of the bets I made with Quincy Q from Q and TG is that I would read this by the end of February, so this will be pretty early in the year to finish this after I've given myself a little bit more of a Sanderson break. I am also going to, of course, this is no surprise to anyone, keep reading Robin Hobb's Realm of the Elderlings in 2021. I already have 2 of the books in the Tawny Man trilogy. I'm missing, what's the middle one? Golden Fool. So if anyone wants to buy me that for Christmas, feel free. But I have the other 2 in that trilogy, and I will definitely be picking that up. I'm probably going to wait a little while because I just finished the Live Ship Traders trilogy, and as I mentioned in a lot of my reviews there, it takes me a long time to get through these because they're so rich and they're so good. So I might wait a little while before jumping into this, not because I don't want to, because I really do, because Robin Hobb's the best. But they are emotionally exhausting and take a lot of time. So I'm going to wait a little while to start this, but this is definitely on the docket for 2021. Alright, so now we're talking about some new stuff that I plan on reading. I probably will read more than this in 2021, but these are just the things I have on the horizon right now and that I'm looking at and have for a while. I will 100% in 2021 go through all the Ian Esselmont books in the Malazan world. So I don't have Knight of Knives yet. That's the first one. And actually most people do not love that one as much, but then I'm going to start picking up all of his works and getting to that. I'm very interested to see, because I know the style is very different from Steven Erikson, so I'm very excited to start these. These will be a huge priority for me in 2021, as well as I'm probably going to reread-ish a lot of the actual Book of the Fallen, while a lot of people over at Mike's Book Reviews read through Malazan for the first time. I also will be reading the Prince of Nothing trilogy, which starts with The Darkness That Comes Before. This is R. Scott Baker, who is another Canadian author, and I've heard a lot of great things about how philosophical this is, and I think Baker is actually a philosophy professor, maybe at the University of Toronto, maybe not. I've heard a lot of good things about this, and that this will be a lot of great content for the page, because there's a lot of philosophical thought, and you guys know how much I love that. Definitely will be starting this, and probably earlier rather than later in the year, because I have all three right here, and I'm excited to get going. Because they were so philosophical, I thought I should own the books, because I'm probably going to write and mark these up quite a lot. Since we're having a little bit of a Canadian theme, I guess. Oh, Canada. Another Canadian author, Guy Gavriel Kay, which I've heard a ton of great stuff about from things like Books Rebound and a couple of other things. And so I wanted to give him a try. He is somewhat controversial as well. I know he is supposed to have amazing prose and just beautiful writing, but also that he doesn't treat his female characters that well, and not in like a Robin Hobb, like the world's hard and so she portrays that in her characters, but like actually in semi-problematic ways. I'm interested to make my own judgment on that. Definitely gonna pick up GGK. I'm excited to do that. These are the Fiona Var trilogy. I think I'm saying that right. I have all three. They were at a used bookstore for like $2 a piece, and so I had to pick them up. I know a lot of people start with Tigana or the Lions of Al-Rasan. I might pick up Tigana if I see it somewhere first, but if not, I'll probably start these sometime in the summer, I'm guessing. It all sort of depends, obviously, on what else I'm reading and, you know, how I'm feeling, but hopefully I'm getting that. And I think that is our last Canadian for now. Obviously, I should have mentioned, of course, 2021 is going to be my year of short classics. I made a whole video about that, so I'm not going to go through all of those books again, but check out that video. The first one is right here, Beowulf in January, the Seamus Heaney translation. Excited to get going on that. Also, since I'm talking about the year of short classics, we do have a couple more hosts already ready to go. So in January, we'll have Philip Chase. In February, for the Iliad, we will have the Library of Alexandria. And then in, I think it's July, a new one I'm announcing, we have The Death of Ivan Ilyich by Leo Tolstoy. We'll have Dostoevsky in space herself. Christy will be here to help us with that. Also, Catherine Reads will end the year of short classics with us and discuss and be a guest host on Hamlet in December. So check out that video if you haven't. I'm really excited for this. And join my Discord if you haven't, because we're going to be discussing all of these books there. Speaking of my Discord, we are going to have our first buddy read on my Discord with The Once and Future King by T.H. White. So join that, and in January, we're going to be reading along the original, or I don't know, not original, but sort of the zenith of Arthurian legend and talking about it there. And I like to think that our Discord is a pretty nice, kind, welcoming place. So go check it out. Link, of course, in the description as always. Other things in 2021, I'm going to try to read at least 9 Princes in Amber. I randomly found this on a best of list in fantasy, and I'm very intrigued, and I found this awesome copy of like the 1970s version. So it's short. This will be probably an easy thing to squeeze through in other readings. On that same vein, eventually I am going to read New Spring, the Wheel of Time Prelude. That is the only Wheel of Time that I haven't read yet. So that's also on my 2021 TBR. A book I've heard from multiple people that I need to pick up in a series, Scott Lynch's The Lies of Locke Lamora. Does this have a name for like the... Is it... Oh, Gentlemen Bastards. That's right. That's the name of the series. Probably the holographic is probably doing some weird stuff with the lights. Anyway, definitely going to start this. Heard a lot of good stuff from this, and Leanna over at Leanna's Library assures me that I will love this, and it'll be one of the books that we both love. So let's see. They're rare and hard to find, but this might be one of them. War of the Flowers by Tad Williams. Now, Tad Williams is one of my favorite authors that I think is severely underrated in the BookTube community. He's not talked about a lot. I really enjoyed the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy that he has written, but one of the things that I thought he struggled with is pacing, and especially in the third book in that trilogy, a lot of the story gets bogged down in unnecessary, slow pace and distracted storytelling. So I'm excited to try him out in a single volume. War of the Flowers, a lot of people tell me, is a great book. I think it's a beautiful book, just like aesthetically, and I'm excited to get back to some Tad Williams prose. And so I will definitely be reading this, and if I like this as much as I think, I'll probably push through to another series that he has, which is his Otherland trilogy or series. I'm not sure exactly, but that's more of a sci-fi fantasy. So we'll see if that is something that I would be interested in. I'm running out of battery, so I'll have to hurry. But the Swans War trilogy by Sean Russell. Again, Chris at Chris Bookish Cauldron really recommended this to me. I have all of these books, and so I'm very excited to get to them. I'll definitely be reading this. I also love fantasy books that are able to tell their tale in shorter books, so I'm interested and excited to try that. Senlin Ascends. Joanna, thank you so much. Sent this to me as a Christmas gift. The first book in this series by Josiah Bancroft. I'm excited to get this started. Alan over at the Library of Alexandria loves it. Sort of got a classic spin on it and allusions to that, so I'm excited. I've heard he's a great writer, and this seems like a very unique tale, so I'm excited to get there. Dune! I have read Dune twice, and before the movie comes out by one of my favorite directors, Denis Villeneuve, I'm going to read it for a third time and hopefully have a lot of great discussions both about the film and about the book, again, with some of my favorite booktubers. So I just got this. This is another Christmas gift that someone sent to me. Thank you so much. I'm excited to read it in this snazzy new volume. My other one is super old and falling apart, so this is awesome to have a new one. What else? What else? I feel the pressure. I will also be reading at least Best Served Cold, which is one of the standalones in the Joe Abercrombie universe. And I think this might get me back into Abercrombie. I'm hopeful that my first read of First Law has distracted me or has deceived me in my opinions of Abercrombie, and that when I read these new ones, I will love him as everyone else does. That's my hope and dream. Maybe it'll happen, maybe not. Some really quick ones. Kings of the Wild. I hope to just throw in at some point. Nicholas Ames seems like a really fun, nice guy, and I like to just encourage and support him. And this is, again, an easy one-off, shorter-ish read. I also really want to get into the Wizard of Earthsea. I have the first two books here, or the first and this third book. Hopefully I can get the second one in this cool old edition. I've read part of the first book before, but haven't gone back to it in a while. I think I will love these books. Excited to give them a try. A author that I have been so wanting to read and try but haven't yet is N.K. Jemisin, and I have now the complete Kindle of the Inheritance trilogy, and I think maybe that's coming into focus there. That's going to be the first I read about her. I talked with Angela over at Literature Science Alliance a lot about this. She gave me a lot of great information. Check out her channel if you haven't. She's the Jemisin head of YouTube, in my opinion. I'm going to read this hopefully in the spring, and maybe I can talk Angela into reading it with me and talking about it at least on this page. So there's a lot of other stuff like I want to get to as I am able or feel like I want to, like Jade City. I'd like to give a shot at that. Rage of Dragons, a couple other things, but I just don't know, and I don't think I have enough of a plan to include it on this video. So let me know what you think of my reading plan for 2021. Do you like it? Do you think it's a little too much? Do any of these that I should prioritize over others? Let me know in the comments below. What are you reading in 2021? To support me in the channel, join the Patreon. As always, first in, last out.